Okay, everybody, so in this example, I'm going to show you another inequality on this solvent, and I'm going to graph it, and I'm going to show you how other ways to show the solution. So I've showed you a couple ways, I'm going to show you another way. Okay, so let's solve this. Again, I'm going to solve it just like I would with an equation, right? So I'm going to just do what I need to do, right? So I'm going to move all my variable terms on one side and move all of the constant terms on the other side. Okay, so, and again, these are just inequalities with one variable in it, okay? So I'm going to start by moving the 3 over here. So I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. And so I get 5 is less than 4x plus 13. And then I'm going to subtract the 13 from both sides. And so the 13's go away here, and I get negative 8 is less than 4x. And now I'm going to divide both sides by 4, and I get negative 2 is less than x. Or in other words, x is greater than negative 2. Okay? So now, how can I write this? Well, this is the solution, right? I can write this in this way. Or another way I can write it is the solution would be, okay, I want all values of x that are greater than negative 2. So it would be negative 2 with a parenthesis, right? So the parenthesis tells me that I'm not including negative 2 in my set, okay, or in the interval. So I'm going to go from negative 2 to positive infinity. Okay? And of course, we always use a parenthesis whenever we're dealing with one of the endpoints being infinite. Okay? So we can write it this way. This is called interval notation. Again, make sure you know that. Interval notation. We can write it with using inequality. And we can also use set builder notation, which I've shown you before. So this would be the set of all values of x such that, what? Such that x is greater than negative 2. Okay? And then, of course, graphing it, how would we graph this? Okay? I'm going to show you another optional way of graphing. It's slightly different. Okay, so again, we're not including negative 2. So before I showed you was with an open circle. So if we're not including the endpoint, if we're not including that endpoint, then we could use an open circle. If we are including the endpoint, then we use a closed circle. Okay. We could also use, in this case, if we aren't including the endpoint, like in this case, we use a parenthesis. If we do include the endpoint, then we would use a square bracket. Okay? We can do the same sort of thing on here. Instead of using open and closed circles, we can use parentheses or brackets. So let me show you with this one. So in this case here, we want values of x greater than negative 2. Well, here's negative 2. So instead of using an open circle, I'm just going to put a parenthesis, just like I did down here. And then again, I'm going to, greater than, so I'm going to draw my arrow to the right. And that would be fine. That's the way we would graph it. Okay, that's it. See you next time.